Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I'm Sam and today I have a little review for you. If you are a subscriber to my channel, you've seen that a couple of weeks ago I reviewed this set of pigments, the Tailor shaped pigment by Viarco, the earth tones. I was so impressed by them and I really couldn't resist, and I got myself this set as well. These are the primary colors. And today I will give you a full review and I will make a painting for you so that we can see how they behave. I want to mention that I'm not sponsored by Viarco, nor have I given the paint for free. I purchased myself. This paint comes in a plastic sleeve that I really recommend you to keep, not just because it protects the chokes, but as well they can become quite messy and fall from the palette, especially if you travel. Viarco uses this beautiful Cork palette that I really wish more watercolor manufacturers could use themselves. It's not just eco-friendly being Cork, but as well it's extremely beautiful and very functional because Cork is naturally water resistant. The only negative side of this palette is that you can't really use it for mixing, so you always need a separate palette. These are water-soluble pigment Tailor shape. In fact, they remind of the chalk that tailors are using. The price is quite low. You can find them online for something over 10 euro. But considering that they are quite popular, at least here in Europe, I would recommend you to check your local art supply shop. I got mine at my local art supply store here in Dublin and they were 12 euro. As I mentioned, this is the primary color set and the colors are red or magenta, blue and yellow. Unfortunately, I couldn't find any information on the pigment composition, and so I can't really tell how archival they are and what is the light fastness level. So if you have any information or if you come across this piece of information that I've missed, I really would appreciate if you could leave a comment below. The Tailor chalk shape allows you to use them like a crayon directly on the paper. I've tried to press quite hard, but no matter what, I couldn't really get a uniform layer of color on the paper. And I'm using here cold press paper, which is quite smooth. I don't mind that though, because I intend to use them as watercolor. In fact, they are water soluble, and it is then that the magic happens. It's when you add the tiniest bit of water to the paint that you actually get the full idea of how pigmented they are and how gorgeous and vibrant the color. They are extremely saturated. And to help with the enormous amount of pigment, I found really helpful to have a additional ceramic palette in which I could add water and dilute and mix them as I wish. The pigment mix with themselves quite beautifully, and being primary colors, you will get a marvelous rainbow of colors. I notice that they tend to be quite cold, all of them, and this must be something that you keep in mind if you want to purchase this palette or to make this palette as your primary palette, a mention of honor must go to the purples and the oranges. They are extremely beautiful and extremely vibrant. I could really get a large array of purples and oranges, from the very light purples and oranges to the very pigmented and saturated one, although the tone is always quite cold. While the purples and oranges are beautiful, the greens are a little bit of a letdown. In fact, no matter how much I mix them, the greens always resulted a little bit flat and muted. But of course, I'm weird with my greens, and I do like my sap green so very much. So this is probably something that you will find in your own style. I tried to paint here a still life with some poppies, as I really wanted to test all the colors, and especially the magenta, as I never used magenta before. Of course, magenta is the primary red, but to me, and I'm not professional, or I haven't studied art professionally or academically, magenta always looked like a pink. But it takes just a little bit of yellow and the tiniest bit of blue, and here you get a wonderful poppy color. To keep in mind is that the colors, while wet, they are extremely transparent. Then when they dry, and they dry really fast, they become a little bit opaque. It's not like gouache, but very similar. They have this velvety type of feeling. It's to be noticed as well that they reactivate quite easily. So I would recommend to add some fixative on the top of your painting if you want to preserve it. Because with the lightest bit of smudge of your fingers or your hands, or the tiniest bit of water, you will get a puddle. All and all, I'm really happy with these colors and really excited. I don't know if they will become my main palette, but definitely they are up there with my main watercolor palette. The colors are vibrant and beautiful. They behave extremely well and exactly like watercolors. And they are super convenient and easy to use. I'm gonna leave you now to the rest of the painting. If you have experience with this type of colors, if you have tried them before and you have some recommendation for me or some techniques to suggest, I would really appreciate. And I would be really happy if you could think about subscribing to my channel as well. This would massively help me and my little channel to have some visibility. And I'll see you very soon. Enjoy!